For breaking news and traffic, you gotta see everything.
Live from the scene.
Copy that.
And you gotta see it now.
We'll show you exactly where we are.
And there's no better way than high up from Newscopter 7 on Eyewitness News.
NYPD is on the scene.
Nobody gets there faster crossing the tri-state.
We've been watching it from overhead.
Nobody delivers better with crystal clear pictures.
You can see with Street Spotter 7.
Nobody shows you the whole picture like John Del Giorno, Shannon Sohn,
We're on the way. Just give me a location.
and Newscopter 7. Only on Channel 7 Eyewitness News. This is New York's #1 news, Channel 7 Eyewitness News, with Michelle Charlesworth and Mike Marza, and Brittany Bell with the exclusive AccuWeather forecast. Now, Eyewitness News this morning.
This morning, the search for a sexual predator. New York City police have released these images of a suspect who they say raped a woman on Manhattan's Upper West Side early Saturday morning.
Plus, an investigation in Rockland County. That fire in Spring Valley leaving 5 people dead, including 2 children. This morning, authorities want to know how it started and if anything could have been done to prevent the tragic loss of life.
We have to put a stop to this.
Calls to end the violence. The United Bodegas of America offer now a cash reward for information leading to the arrest of a man who shot and killed a 67-year-old worker on the Upper East Side yesterday. Good morning, everyone. I'm Michelle Charlesworth.
And I'm Mike Marza. We'll have those stories in just a moment. But first, let's go to meteorologist Danny Beckstrom in this morning for Brittany with our check of the Sunday AccuWeather forecast. Hey, Danny.
It's a good one today. We're starting on the cold side, 38 degrees, but a gorgeous sunrise. The sun officially rises at 6:24, and we'll see some of it today. A bit brighter out there. We'll stick with the breezy wind, although right now fairly calm, and temperatures not bad, at least for this time of year. Still at 40 degrees for Gravesend, 38 on Staten Island, 38 for the East Village, 37 up in the Bronx. So the 5 boroughs looking good this morning. 30 is their cold spot in Monticello, 40 right now for Newark, 35 for White Plains, and at the freezing mark for Islip. We do start with a partly cloudy sky, but not a bad day. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds for our Sunday with milder temperatures. We do stick with the breeze today, but not quite as blustery as what we felt the past couple of days. So moving in the right direction. And hour by hour, not a bad day. Moments of sunshine, yes, a few clouds mixing in with those temperatures landing a touch above the seasonal average. 52, the forecast high in the city, and most of the area going to be in the upper 40s, low 50s. So weather headlines, brighter and breezy today, but less blustery. So moving again in the right direction. Moving into tomorrow, we're looking at a mild mix of sun and clouds, and then tomorrow night, potentially our next chance. We're looking at the possibility of a little rain in the city and maybe some wet snow north and west. I'll time that out for you on Futurecast and the full AccuWeather forecast coming up. Mike?
All right, Danny, thank you. We are following some developing news this morning. Police searching for a suspect in a rape that happened on the Upper West Side. Police releasing this security camera video of a suspect late last night. They say the building is in the area of West End Avenue and West 65th Street. Eyewitness News reporter Anthony Carlo on the Upper West Side this morning with what we know. Anthony.
Well, good morning, Mike. And the important thing to emphasize right now is that this accused rapist is still out there. Police are looking for him as we speak, and they've got video and images they want you to see. Now, that victim was taken to an area hospital to be evaluated and treated. Again, police are asking anyone with information on this attack to come forward immediately, and you can do so by calling the NYPD's Crime Stoppers tip line. That number, 1-800-577-TIPS. We're live on the Upper West Side. I'm Anthony Carlo, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Anthony. New this morning, the Hudson County Prosecutor's Office says it's investigating a fatal shooting overnight. Happened in the area of Bergen Avenue, Nostrand, in Jersey City. We have few details at this hour. We do know that the shooting was, again, fatal. We're going to be sure to bring you the latest details throughout the morning. For the latest information, always, you can head to ABC7NY. Police are looking for a group of people who attacked 2 people in Queens in a possible hate crime. The NYPD released images of the suspects here. Authorities say 3 people got out of a car, punched and kicked the victims on Junction Boulevard Thursday. Police say 1 person in the vehicle screamed an anti-Asian slur before what happened. The victims were treated for injuries to the head at area hospitals.
This morning, the search for answers continues in Rockland County. What started that huge fire that killed 5 people, including 2 children? The flames started inside the 2-story home on South Lake Street in Spring Valley early yesterday morning. And the fire was so intense, firefighters couldn't even get inside when they first got there. All of the victims appeared to have been living on the 2nd floor.
When my sister called me to say that the place was on fire, I was frozen. I'm sorry for that family who lost so many members. I don't know how we would make it through as a family.
Officials say 5 survivors are now being treated at area hospitals. 1 firefighter suffered a minor injury. It's still unclear how many people in all lived in the structure.
1 person has been killed in a fire on the 4th floor of an apartment building in Queens. Firefighters called to that scene in Jackson Heights just after 4:30 yesterday afternoon. The victim was found unresponsive on the kitchen floor, pronounced dead at the scene. Neighbors were allowed back in their homes once firefighters cleared that building. Cause of that fire under investigation.
Police continue to search for the gunman who killed a bodega worker in Manhattan and then ran off with more than $1,000. The NYPD releasing these images of a suspect in a white hazmat suit waving a gun. They say he shot and killed a worker at the store at East 81st Street and 3rd Avenue on the Upper East Side. Then 20 minutes later, the man is suspected of robbing another deli in the Bronx. The United Bodegas of America now offering a $5,000 reward for information leading to an arrest.
We need better, more aggressive judicial system, a judicial system that's not going to allow murderers and thieves and criminals to get away with what they've been getting away with.
The Upper East Side bodega, which is usually open 24 hours, was closed yesterday, so the workers and community members can mourn the death of the 67-year-old that had an impact on so many people that visited that business. A memorial of candles and flowers now lining the sidewalk outside. Still ahead here on Eyewitness News this Sunday morning, a street race in Upper Manhattan today. How it reflects the history and the culture of the neighborhood it runs through. Coming up.
Plus an aerial investigation, more on the mid-flight turbulence that turned deadly during a flight from New Hampshire to Virginia.
WABC-7 celebrates Women's History Month by honoring trailblazing women in our area.
Inspiring stories about heroes.
Inspiring stories about role models.
Celebrate equality.
Celebrate Women's History Month. Go to abc7ny.com for more.
A bill to ban the term Latinx in Connecticut, plus details on the Partnership to End Addiction's Ayuda y Esperanza program. Tiempo this morning at 11:30.
A teenager has died following an accident on a subway train in the Bronx. Police say the 14-year-old was walking between cars Friday night near the 180th Street station in the Van Nest section. He slipped and fell off the northbound 5 train and was killed. At this point, police say there's no crime involved. They don't suspect there's a crime. This appears to just be a tragic accident. A wild chain of events unfolding on Long Island. Police say a drunk driver stole a fire department pickup truck and then ultimately sparked a house fire. Surveillance video from Inwood shows a man entering the firehouse. You'll see after this map. Firefighters say he hopped inside the pickup and drove it through a set of closed doors. The suspect is 22-year-old Wilson Ula. Police say he crashed the truck in East Atlantic Beach, hitting a utility pole, and then caused the house fire. Police found him walking around and gave him a sobriety test, which they say he failed. Sorry we don't have that video, but it sounds like a wild story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Still to come on Eyewitness News. Some people across the country just beginning to pick up the pieces after that severe weather slammed parts of the country. More on the cleanup efforts underway this morning.
Plus, a different kind of protest against Representative George Santos. A little bit later, Whitey's drag performers want to drag Santos out of office.
And let's talk about the weather, Danny.
Hey.
No, let's talk about doggies.
This is my first Big Dog Sunday.
Favorite pups.
Oh, look at that.
We're coming out of the gate hot. Look at this redhead. Seamus from Cynthia, just so handsome or beautiful. I don't know if Seamus is a boy or a girl. Penelope and Jagger, the coolest pups. It looks like they're celebrating their first birthday, so thanks, Crystal. We have Eliza, who is aggressively fancy. I love this costume. So, Patty, thank you for sending us Eliza. And then we'll check out Levain. Those are my favorite cookies, so you know I'm a big fan of Levain. Thank you, Karen, for sending that picture our way. Nice Sunday ahead of us. Temperatures this morning, maybe a little on the chilly side. You see 30s for most of the tri-state, 30 degrees in Monticello, 33 for Poughkeepsie, 40 for Newark, upper 20s down the shore for Wrightstown. So it is a colder start. We're seeing a little cloud cover right now, and that is in the mix today, a mix of sun and clouds. But check out our temperatures. Milder. We'll climb into the low 50s come this afternoon with a bit of a breeze. The mild conditions stick around as we head into the start of the work week, but we're tracking our next chance for rain and maybe some wet snow. I'll let you know when in the full AccuWeather forecast coming up.
Eyewitness News needs your help to protect our children. Have you seen Angelica? ABC-7 thanks you for helping to protect our children.
Hey, happening today, more than 6,000 runners are going to line up at the start of the Washington Heights Salsa Blues and Shamrocks 5K this morning. The race starts on Fort Washington Avenue near West 172nd at 9 o'clock. A children's race takes place before the adults run. It has been an uptown tradition since 1998, celebrates the diverse community it winds through. How fun is that?
I love the little kids participating too with their little bibs. They go from a bib to a different bib. Running that race. That's going to be fun.
Cute.
Some of us adults also go from bib to bib.
You know.
Great morning for a run. Couldn't be me. I could not be doing any running this morning, but...
Well, you're busy.
Yeah, you're little...
That's why.
You're doing a
There you
thing.
go.
I'm so busy.
Busy.
No.
Running back and forth from here to the weather center. That's what
I'm
it
getting
is.
my steps in for
Exactly.
sure. Temperatures this morning a little on the cool side, but a milder afternoon ahead. Temperatures eventually climb into the low 50s. Should be a good one. Right now, partly cloudy sky, but it looks like this camera shot showing some sunshine. 38 degrees right now as the sun rises. I believe sunrise officially in about, let me do math real quick. It's really early, 7 minutes. There we go. Partly cloudy, bit of a breeze. That wind will pick back up come this afternoon. 38 in the city, but 40 for Newark, 30 for Belmar, same for Monticello. Right now we're sitting at 33 for Sussex and right at the freezing mark for Islip. Here's a look at the wind speeds. Maybe a touch on the breezy side in spots. Today going to be breezy, but not quite as blustery as where we've been. So you'll notice an improvement of wind, but it's not completely calm out there. It's good to see the sunshine make a comeback though. We're seeing this wave of cloud cover pass across the tri-state right now, but it looks like a bit of a break and then we'll get a few more clouds mixing in come this afternoon. So overall, a great day ahead of us. Clouds and sun with that breezy wind. Temperatures on the milder side topping out in the low 50s. By tonight, the cloud cover clears out, the chilly breeze continues, and we will see lows in the 20s north and west. In the city, it looks like mid-30s. Tomorrow, kind of the same story with a mild mix of sun and clouds. The wind's a little weaker for our Monday, but temperatures landing in the same spot. It's tomorrow night that we get that passing system that right now looks to pass to our south, but the track could change just a little bit, and that'll bring in the light rain and maybe some wet snow north and west with temperatures dropping back into the 30s. Overall, a quieter weather pattern for the next 7 or so days. The 7-day forecast, I think, looking pretty good. Today, a breezy blend, but tomorrow the wind weakens. We'll have a mild temperature stick around in the low 50s. Then we have that potential for Monday night into Tuesday morning, that system which could bring an early shower, but it moves on quickly. From there, temperatures do drop off a few degrees. It looks like back to the mid-40s as we move into the middle of next week. But overall, not a bad 7-day. At this point, we don't have an AccuWeather alert for the next week, so nice to see a calmer stretch of weather settle in, and the low 50s will be comfortable today and tomorrow. Mike and Michelle?
It's nice to see a calmer forecast ahead.
Yeah, all blue, no red with the AccuWeather alerts. Or like sometimes there's like a sliver and then you just, so it's all blue. Yeah.
Race is on for the Stanley Cup, and the New York Rangers are flying high after acquiring new stars, but they aren't in the winning path just yet.
Also, some highlights from the game against the Boston Bruins last night, and much, much more. Sports coming up after the break.
Good morning, I'm Sam Ryan with a look at sports. All of a sudden, the Rangers look like the favorites to hoist the Stanley Cup after they traded for Patrick Kane this week and the earlier addition of Vladimir Tarasenko. But the Bruins saying not so fast. Boston, the top team in the NHL, and Saturday, the two would go head-to-head. And congrats. That's a look at sports. I'm Sam Ryan. Have a great day.
Time and temperature from TD Bank.
Now, New York's #1 news. Channel 7 Eyewitness News this morning.
This morning, we continue to follow the search for a sexual predator. Police looking for a man who they say raped a woman on the Upper West Side early Saturday morning. We're live with the details.
Cleanup continues across much of the United States. Wicked winter weather buried some spots of the country in snow, flattened others with tornadoes and high winds.
A calm start to the Sunday. Danny's back with the AccuWeather forecast. Beautiful sunrise taking place. Nice to see that.
I know, not bad, not bad. Good morning, everyone. I'm Michelle Charlesworth.
Good morning to all of you. I'm Mike Marza. Let's get right over to Danny Beckstrom in for Brittany this morning. Danny, what can we expect?
That was a nice shot, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful sunrise this morning. Setting the tone for our Sunday. We'll see a touch more sunshine moving into this afternoon. Few clouds mixing in and milder temperatures, which is what I'm looking forward to most. Actually might be a nice afternoon to Head outside and enjoy some fresh air. 38 degrees right now. It's what it feels like thanks to a calmer breeze. That wind will pick back up heading into this afternoon. Breeze is going to be noticeable, but not intensely blustery, so moving in the right direction. Brighter and less blustery today, but still breezy. Moving into tomorrow, mild mix of sun and clouds will stay mainly dry for the daylight hours tomorrow, but our next chance for rain comes in tomorrow night into Tuesday morning. At this point, the track still has a couple question marks, so I'll show you the possibilities and when our next best chance for rain or snow moves in on the 7-day coming up in just a bit. Michelle?
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much. Danny was just talking about it. While our weather will be relatively calm, at least 12 people are now reported dead following a powerful storm system that swept from coast to coast. It dropped more than a foot of snow in parts of New England after spawning tornadoes and damaging winds through the south. ABC's Chuck Sievertson has more. Back here at home, we're following some developing news. Police are searching for a rape suspect on the Upper West Side. Police released security camera video of the suspect late last night. They say this happened near a building in the area of West End Avenue and West 65th Street. Eyewitness News reporter Anthony Carlo is on the Upper West Side this morning with more on this. Good morning, Anthony.
Good morning, Michelle. And investigators say this all started with this suspected rapist following a woman into a building here in this area, and it ended with that woman being attacked and raped. And as you mentioned, investigators have their hands on video. We want to get right to that.
Anthony, thank you. In Newark this morning, police are still looking for the person who shot and killed 2 people. This happened at the Lopez Corner Store on Martin Luther King Boulevard. The identities of the victims have not yet been released. Investigators are still working to figure out exactly what started it all. Of course, we'll update you with more information as it comes in, both right here on air and always at ABC7 NY.
Police have now identified the victim of that deadly hit and run in Coney Island. Police say 41-year-old Tamika Richards was killed crossing West 24th Street and Mermaid Avenue Friday night. An 18-year-old also was hit. Had been crossing at the same time. He's in the hospital, still in stable condition. Police say the two were hit by a red pickup truck that took off after hitting them. Police are still looking for that driver this morning.
There was a different kind of protest against Republican Congressman George Santos yesterday. Several drag performers took part in what they called a Drag Out Santos rally in front of the congressman's office in Queens. The group says Santos must resign from office or be expelled because of his lies and hypocrisy. Other demonstrators included students who said that they didn't like Santos even before they learned about his lies in the past.
We're embarrassed that we're represented by someone who doesn't represent our values, who can't fulfill his job duties, who's letting his constituents down and exploiting every single community in New York 3 along the way.
Earlier this week, the House Ethics Committee formed a special subcommittee to investigate Santos. Looking forward to all of that. Virtual reality, changing how we consume media. And now experts believe it really could change healthcare.
Why they believe putting a headset on could help give a mental health boost.
A recall alert this morning involving thousands of Tesla vehicles. The automaker now recalling the 2022 and 2023 Model Y cars because some bolts in the second row seats may not be secured properly. The bolts could cause the seatbelt to not work properly in a crash. Tesla says there have been no reports of injuries at this point, but the company says it's now working with the owners to fix the problem.
Facebook plans to pay more attention to what politicians and celebrities post on the platform. The social network says it's in the process of revamping its cross-check moderation system. Some complaints claim VIP users are not subject to the regular monitoring process that everyone else is subjected to. The cross-check system is designed to flag and remove content deemed offensive or harmful.
A company that makes pop culture collectibles has too much inventory, so it's planning to get rid of it. The company called Funko makes vinyl figurines and bobbleheads. It said its inventory is up about 48% compared to a year ago, so they're even renting storage space to hold the extra stuff. The company says it will get rid of about $30 million worth of excess products.
Virtual reality has changed how we consume media, but researchers believe also it can revolutionize healthcare. Scientists at Michigan State University say they're testing to see whether virtual reality, VR, can help in-home caregivers with their mental health. The study will look at if the technology can help people de-stress. Researchers are still looking for more people to take part in this scientific study.
It's amazing when you put the goggles on. I'm sure I don't think I really have, but when you watch somebody else watching virtual reality,
they look.
It's kind of stressful to me because
virtually ridiculous.
They don't know where they are, and then anyway.
They look claustrophobic.
It's all good. Maybe we could put one of those on and kind of be, I don't know, transported to what a dog sees, right?
There you go.
On Big Dog Sundays from a dog's vision. Danny, do you have pictures of dogs?
Yeah, Mike, just sit on the ground and you'll be able to see what a dog sees.
Thank you, Danny.
You're welcome.
Yes. And we can see what Chris sees.
This is Chris.
Yes.
Oh, doesn't he look like a good boy? Thanks, Ron, for sending Chris our way. We also have Luna from Angie eating a snack. A bone, I don't know, it sounds good. Maybe I'm just hungry. Not sure what Luna was eating. Skipper and Sailor getting along very well. So, Marcy, thank you for sending us Skipper and Sailor. And then we've got a full house here. Ella, Luna, and Lola from Francine. I'm loving seeing all these dog pictures. I've never done Big Dog Sunday before, so this is a really fun Sunday. And now my Twitter inbox is just full of dog pictures. I'm like, I should have done this years ago. This is what we're looking at in terms of today. A mix of sun and clouds with milder temperatures. We're starting in the 30s, but by this afternoon, climbing into the low 50s. There is still a bit of a breeze, but not quite as blustery as where we've been. As we move into tomorrow, that mild mix continues. So both today and tomorrow looking pretty good. By Tuesday, we're seeing maybe a bit of a rain chance Monday night into Tuesday morning. I'll show you that in Futurecasts in the full AccuWeather forecast coming up.
Find out what's brewing in New York sports. Listen to The Michael Kay Show, weekdays from 3 to 7 on 98.7 ESPN New York. Sponsored locally by Bigelow Tea. Grab a mug and tea proudly.
Staten Island St. Patrick's Parade will step off this afternoon. The route will begin on Hart Boulevard and then go west on Forest Avenue until Jewett Avenue. This year's Grand Marshal is Martin Crimmins, a native Staten Islander and a former NYPD detective. Staten Island's parade has been criticized for once again not allowing groups to show their support for LGBTQ rights. The parade steps off at 12:30. And the St. Patrick's Day for All Parade also happening today in Queens. The parade steps off at 1 this afternoon on 43rd Street, goes all the way to Skillman Avenue and Sunnyside. Organizers say this event is really meant to be inclusive for all groups. It was first put on by Irish people not allowed to march in the 1999 St. Patrick's Day Parade on 5th Avenue under a pro-LGBTQ banner.
Well, soon the fur is going to fly again for a competition in which contenders want to be the worst in show. It's the annual World's Ugliest Dog Contest.
Aww.
Pet owners from near and far are going to converge on a farm in California to peddle their unsightly pooches for the title. If there's one thing attractive about the event, it's the prize money, $1,500. That doesn't stink. That dog will hunt. The event organizers will select the contestants based on pictures and profiles that owners submit online.
Look at that dog.
The dog.
Oh, that was the winner last year, I believe. I think that was.
I love the tuft of hair in the front.
Yeah. That's so good.
I know.
I just have so many thoughts and feelings. It's so great.
We have time.
I know. Listen, dogs love.
We don't.
Dogs love attention. So.
Yeah, they do.
They love attention. So
cute.
If we're loving on them, I think it's good.
Yeah, I love it. I need to add those pictures to Big Dog Sunday.
Now, we already see a lot of people walking their dogs this morning, and today is a much different morning to do that than yesterday.
I love your ability to get me back on track and into the forecast, Mike. Someone's got to do it, and Mike's
if I can't do it for myself, I try to do it for the collective group.
Thank you for helping me. Yes, he's right. It's a great day to walk your dog, especially moving into this afternoon. Temperatures warming right up. We shouldn't say that word, though, because if dogs are listening, they'll go crazy. We got to spell it, a W-A-L-K. Dogs can't read. Well, I don't know. I guess maybe they can. 38 degrees. Okay, we're back off the rails, Mike. I need your help again. Partly cloudy, starting with a little sunshine, a bit of a breeze. 38, not bad. This is a really nice shot of the city. 32 for Islip, 33 for Poughkeepsie, 33 for Trenton as well, 40 for Newark, with a light wind. Not nearly as blustery moving into this afternoon. It's still a breezy day ahead. The wind weakens tomorrow, but we're trending calmer, and that takes us to a better place by tomorrow. This look at satellite radar. So we see a round of cloud cover pushing through the tri-state right now, but then this nice window of clearing and just some partly cloudy skies behind that. So moving into this afternoon, we expect just a mix of sun and clouds and overall fairly nice conditions. A bit of a breeze today. That weekend's heading into tomorrow. We're looking at our next storm system potentially coming through Saturday and Sunday. Still a week out, so there are still a lot of question marks. It's not a sure bet for snow. It's not a sure bet for rain and wind, but I want to give you an early timing because that storm system does seem to arrive next weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We have several days to get all of those those question marks answered and give you the details. Just want to give you that early heads up. Saturday and Sunday seems to be our next storm system, but until then, settle into this quieter weather pattern with seasonable temperatures. It looks like mid-40s to low 50s off and on for the next several days. Mike?
Looks great, Danny. Thank you. Before we go to break, we want to share this story from ABC's Local-ish. Easter will be here before you know it, and the people at the Northport Sweet Shop on Long Island are already getting ready, making those adorable chocolate bunnies. ABC's Local-ish has this tradition that has spanned generations.
Watch the full story at localish.com. Sponsored by Spectrum One. Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, free advanced Wi-Fi, and a free mobile line. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrum.com for details.
Next Jeopardy! The high school reunion tournament semifinals are off to a strong start.
What is aggressive?
You know what I'm going to do. True Daily Double. Who will be best in class? Find out next Jeopardy!
Watch Jeopardy! Tomorrow at 7 on Channel 7.
The food bank for NYC is celebrating Women's History Month and 40 years of service to the community. At the food bank, it's one of the city's strongest chefs who makes it her mission to fill the empty bellies of more than 1,000 New Yorkers every single day. As you're about to hear, Chef Sherry Jefferson owes her love of cooking to the strongest woman in her life. Here's Eyewitness News reporter Kimberly Richardson.
She's so inspiring. I love that. It's so great. We are closing in on 7 o'clock this morning. We are following the search from police as they are looking for the man accused of raping a woman on the Upper West Side. We'll have a live report still ahead.
For the first time, President Trump is making it clear he's going to stay in the 2024 presidential race, even if he is indicted.
Lights, camera, Oscars. It's Hollywood's biggest night. ABC-7 brings you every moment. Live coverage kicks off on the red carpet at 1, followed by Eyewitness News before we're back on the red carpet for all the star-studded glamour. Then the main event, the Oscars, with Jimmy Kimmel back as host, followed by Eyewitness News, and the party doesn't stop there. Hollywood's biggest night means an epic morning. Wake up with Eyewitness News, GMA, then Kelly and Ryan's After Oscar show at 9. The Oscars, Sunday, March 12th. Live coverage starts at 1 only on ABC-7.